Hey guys, my name is Nat and welcome to Chase for Adventure. My husband and I have been traveling the world for almost 2 years and we have spent about 6 months of those in Thailand because it is an absolutely beautiful country. So today I'm going to be teaching you 10 useful phrases that you will absolutely use on your next trip to Thailand. Something that I do want you to know when you're coming to Thailand, you don't need to know any Thai when you're coming here. Almost all of the locals, especially if you're going to touristy areas like Bangkok or Chiang Mai, almost everyone speaks English. I will say though that learning any Thai, even just the basics like hello, thank you, and how are you, will take you such a long way with the locals. They think that it's so sweet and thoughtful. They know that how difficult Thai language can be, and they really do just appreciate it. And sometimes it'll even give you better prices if you're trying to negotiate. Now to get started with some of the basic rules. The Thai language at the end of every sentence, to be polite, uses I don't know the technical term, but it's ka for women or cup for men. And it's not based on who you're talking to, it's based on the gender that you identify with. So for example, you'll notice that at the end of everything I teach you today, I'm going to be saying, for example, when we teach you hello, Sawadi ka, versus Daniel would be saying Sawadi kap. So based on the gender that you identify, that is going to be the ending of the sentence that you use to be polite. Starting with the basics, we're gonna say hello. To say hello to an elder, you're going to put your hands together like you're about to pray. And this is something that's called a Y, and it's a sign of respect. They use it for more complicated ways like social class, but just do it to anyone your age or older, and they really appreciate it. So you're gonna put your hands together and you're gonna say, Sawadee ka, and do a slight bend. This shows respect. Don't be embarrassed about saying ka and elongating it a little bit. I know when I first got to Thailand, that entire sound was a little bit difficult for me because I felt like I was making fun of the Thai people, but rest assured, they really appreciate the effort. Now, if you're a guy, same thing. Put your hands together. Sawadee kap. Another useful phrase is going to be thank you. To say thank you in Thai, you're going to say kapun ka. You can do the Y or you cannot do the Y. It's up to you. I always like to stay on the polite side of things and make people feel special, but it's totally not necessary. If you were a guy, you would just say kapum kap. Now imagine that you're walking the beautiful streets of Koh Phi Phi or Krabi or Bangkok, and you have tons of people coming at you, massage ka, or telling you, hey, come to my restaurant. You can say no thank you, and they may or may not stop, but something that definitely stops all of the Thai people in their tracks is saying no thank you in Thai. And this one's super duper easy. It's my ka or my cup if you're a guy. So if I was passing by and someone, like let's say this bush here, was trying to get me to do a massage, I would be like, my ka. And I would keep going, and they would be like, oh, and you may even get like a surprised look like, oh, she speaks Thai. And then I'm like, I don't speak Thai, but you know. Something that is going to be very useful to you whenever you are shopping for souvenirs or looking to get a discount, you're going to want to ask them in Thai, how much is this? So if I was talking to this bush and I was wondering, you know, how much is this leaf? I would be like, Tarai ka. Or if I was a guy, can you guess what I would say? You probably guessed it. Tarai ka. So that's just asking them, how much is this? They may respond to you in English, they may respond to you in Thai. And this is going to be another useful phrase that's going to be good for you. If they respond to you in Thai and you're like, but I don't know Thai, you can say, I only know a little bit of Thai. And you can just say, need noi Thai. To keep this guide simple, I'm not going to go into all of the Thai numbers right now. Speaking of discounts, so you've asked the bush how much the leaf is, they've given you a response and some numbers, but how do you try and negotiate that number? Well, to ask for a little discount, you can say, Lot noi dai mai ka. Or, if you're a guy, Lot noi dai mai kap. So, again, example with the bush. I'm just emptying it of all its leaves today. Tarai ka. And let's say that they're going to tell me 150. Nongroi hasip. My friend. Lot noi dai mai ka. And then maybe they'll give me nongroi, which is 100. but it's worth a shot. Now, you could say bye many ways in Thailand, but my favorite is to wish them a lucky day. They appreciate it. It takes them aback because they don't realize that you speak Thai and that you know a common exit of a conversation. But if you're at 7-Eleven and checking out with your cashier and you want to make her day, on the way out, say chok di ka. Or if you're a guy, chok di kap. So really casual. She gives me my coffee, I pay, and I say chok di ka, and I walk out. And they'll be like, in Thai, which I can't speak, so. If you want to be the hit at your street food stall of choice, something that would make the cook's day is if you told her, wow, your food was delicious. The way to say delicious in Thailand is aroy. But you could always add in a little bit extra love and say aroy mak, which is, that was very delicious. And you can even say aroy mak mak. So it depends on how extra you want to be. I typically end up on the extreme scale of the extra, so I always use aroy mak mak. Now, let's say that you do find yourself in a place where people do not speak English. I remember a time when we were driving around in Koh Samui, we got stuck in the monsoon rain, ended up in some random village, and I really needed to use the bathroom. And there I desperately go with my poor signal, trying to figure out how to say toilet in Thai because they didn't know how to say toilet. So the way to do that, so you're not in my same situation, is hong nam. Hong nam is toilet. You can just tell them that and they'll understand. But if you want to be able to say, where is the toilet? The phrase for where is you nai, and ending with whatever the end of sentence for your gender identity is, ka or kap. So if I wanted to say, where is the bathroom? I would say, hong nam you nai ka, or hong nam you nai kap. That'll save you from some very awkward conversations and awkward hand motions or telling them in charades that you need to poop. And last but not least, if you want to start getting a little bit more conversational with the people that you encounter, this can be great for building relationships, making friendships, and getting discounts. You want to ask them, how are you? That is not a common thing that Thai people ask each other, but they will still think it's sweet that you're trying. The way to ask how are you is, kun sabai di mai. You don't have to add ka or kap since it's a question, but if I were asking this bush, hey bush, what's up? I would be like, Sawadee ka, Bush. Kun sabay di mai. And then hopefully they would respond with, tan sabay di, kapum ka. Now, if you got asked, how about you? You can respond with, tan sabay di. And there you have it, guys. Hopefully this video has been really useful to you, and hopefully when you get to Thailand, you will be able to impress some Thai folk and build some friendships. If you want to get our freebie where we show you all of these useful phrases in a printable format and all of the numbers, make sure that you click down below. If you're coming to Thailand or thinking of coming to Thailand and you want to travel with two people who are so passionate about this country, we are running Thailand tours March of 2020 and November of 2020. If you're watching this way in the future, rest assured you can still click the link down below because we will have a wait list for the rest of our tours around the world. On that note, guys, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and let us know in the comments below. Are there any Thai phrases that you wish you would have known? On that note, we'll see you on our next adventure.